Hey, greetings. This is Austin. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube. All right. You know, I want to talk to you today about Adam and Eve and the comparisons. And I'm going to just use my personal life, but I know this life, what I'm about to say, affects a lot of people, millions of people around the world. You know, in the story of Adam and Eve, the fall of man, Genesis chapter 3, when the serpent, not Satan, it was another demon, and I forget what his name was, but when the serpent walked up or crawled over to Eve and says, "Did God tell you not to eat of the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden, for you will surely die?" And Eve quoted back to him, said, "Yeah, well, that's exactly what he said. He said, if we eat of this fruit of the tree, we will surely die." The serpent says, "No, no, 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 no. God knows you won't die if you eat the fruit of the tree. He knows you won't." Okay? So this didn't happen in one chapter. This took a matter of weeks. Because the way the sinful nature works is that you have to be beguiled or seduced into a belief system in order for it to create and manifest inside to the outside. That's how it has to work. So this didn't happen in Genesis chapter 3. In Genesis chapter 4, they moved on to something else. In Genesis chapter 3, it took a few days. It took a few weeks. Okay. So the serpent had to seduce or beguile Eve into eating of the fruit. And when she ate the fruit, she didn't die. She gave the fruit to her husband. Her husband probably looked at her and says, "I thought God said you was going to die if you ate of the fruit of the tree. You ain't dead." So he eats of the fruit of the tree. Then their eyes were open. Why? How come the eyes wasn't open when Eve ate it, but their eyes were open when man ate it? Because all the authority and power and blessings of the family comes through the man, not through the woman. It always comes through the man, not through the woman. And you better hope the man's not a sinner, because if he is, he's not getting God's blessings on his life like that. God's not ordaining that. So their eyes were opened. Boom! Now they had the understanding of good and evil. Even if it was just a microscopic level, they had the knowledge of it. And come to find out that Satan, or this serpent's job, was to get access back into this world, because he didn't have access into this world in the way he needed access. Now he had access to the world, obviously, but he did not have access into the world of man. So he needed access to the world of man in order to be able to do what he has to do, or do what he wants to do, or which is separate man from God. Okay? And so all that took place. Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, the whole 9 yards. And that got me started thinking about my life just a little bit. And here's why. I have family members that lies on me a lot. And I'm going to leave it like that. They lie. I've had legal paperwork against them and stuff. And and they lie. And it's not the fact that what they're saying is a lie. The reason they're saying it is a lie. I did something 22 years ago that I regret doing. From 22 years ago. My own family, which is still putting it out there because they want to be a hero. They want people to feel like they're patting them on the back and that they're good people. They're liars and deceivers. I'm not going to use names, but you'll figure it out. They're liars and deceivers. they're trying to put themselves in a positive position by tearing me down. So, one of my attitudes is, well, if I'm going to be struck down anyway, I might as well do certain things that pisses them off and pisses off the rest of the world. If I'm not going to be punished, just be punished. So if you're going to punish me, I'm going to do it. If you don't want me doing it, then don't punish me. See, that's just how it is. So, anyway, my family members go out there and they lie to these people. They're not telling people about my 22-year-old past because they care about the people. Because they don't. They're doing it to try to build a name for themselves, try to try to bring ruin and destruction to my existence. Then they'll turn around and say, why don't you get a job? Why don't you give me a job? Oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Then you're going to give me money. I'm going to survive. And I'm not going to care in the future how I survive. I mean, I can't. Because if too many dumb people wants to listen and believe and not think about what's being said and why it's being said and how come it's being said. I mean, the police have already been notified. The U.S. Marshals have already been notified. Think about that. And if nobody's reacting and I'm going to be punished, I'm going to do not all the way. I'm not going to repeat the past like that. But I'm going to do a few things and enjoy myself at everybody else's expense, since everybody else at my expense is trying to build a name for themselves. Satan never lied to Adam and Eve. The basic story was the truth. The reason why was the lie. What might be being said is the truth, but the fact that I was being attacked and assaulted by the cults, Freemasons, and all these other people, that was the fact. But nobody's telling you that part.